Today we're on a mission to eat at all the best restaurants in Kotor all in one day. From traditional eats to a cheese shop near a fortress, we are covering it all. Let's go. Kotor is a beautiful place, but the cruise ships make the old town absolutely crazy in the afternoon. So you want to go into the old town before 9 and do your exploration then, and then we're going to get out of it for the rest of the day. The people have arrived, the cruise ships are docking, so it's time to get out of the old town and get some breakfast.
There's only one main street in Kotor, so you can't miss Sandrella Bakery. It's on it. This is one of the most loved bakeries by the locals, and our Airbnb host told us that we could not miss it.
I think we went a little pastry crazy.
Once you get your morning pastries, you can come to this lovely machine and get your morning coffee. My guys, it's hot. And I have my little coffee.
We actually went on a pastry bender, like I don't even know. We got the crempita, which we've had in Budapest. It's really traditional in Eastern Europe. It's basically just like puff pastry with layers of cream. I already know, I love it. Really excited about that one. Then we got a sour cherry strudel, not super traditional, but we have been to this bakery before, and they're like the best strudels you will ever eat in your entire life, and you have to get one. So we got one. And then we got this piece. Again, someone please help me in the comments. I literally cannot speak Montenegrin. It's like a doughy spiral thing filled with sour cherry. There's a lot of sour cherry here, and it's actually not super sour. A little tart, a little sweet. Thebomb.com, if people still say that. Am I showing my age? And then we got this almondy, I think it's like an almond flour kind of butter cookie shortbread. Really thick, really dense. And last but finally not least, I honestly don't know what this is. It's pink and sugary, so I don't know, probably good. And then something that the lady described as a walnut cookie. Also, don't know what it is, but it's a cookie. Got my coffee, which I spilled half of when that was off camera, so that was unfortunate. And then I figured we'd try the pink thing first because I don't know what it is. So that's big. So it's really good. It reminds me of Big Newton meets marzipan meets shortbread. Don't know what it is, but I love it. Check out those layers. The texture is so smooth. You can tell my face. It's so buttery and rich. And then that puff pastry, I don't know what they do, but they have the crispiest puff pastry ever with a little bit of icing sugar on top. This is my kind of dessert. Not too sweet, not too indulgent, just right.
It's a shortbread, let's be honest, but it's a very big shortbread, and with coffee, you can't go wrong.
Oh, we weren't allowed to say you can't go wrong.
I almost choked on it, but it's really, really good.
I'm in a swinging on a swing, and that's my song. So we're hiking to the Kotor Fortress, which obviously is a cool thing to see. But apparently there is a cheese shop right around the fortress that I've read really mixed reviews. Some people say it's the best experience they've ever had in their life. Some people say the man is kind of rude and the prices are not good. So we love cheese and apparently there's wine, so we're gonna check it out, see what kind of experience we have.
hike is known as the Ladder of Kotor, and if you look at it from the top, you will know why. It is switchback after switchback, and it is a really high elevation, but it is gradual, so it doesn't feel too bad. However, it does take a long time, so make sure you bring your water, and don't do what we did and pick the hottest day of the week because it will feel harder. But the views, they are breathtaking and amazing.
This cheese shop better be worth it, baby.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you. Okay, verdict. For a drink, absolutely 10 out of 10 views. The drinks are pretty cheap. You got some cider, water, pomegranate juice, and then they give you free raki at the end, even if you don't want it. But the cheese and ham, although very good, a little overpriced. The man was friendly, but we could kind of see how he could go either way. Well, after all of that hiking to the top in the heat, this is the door, whatever, that you're apparently supposed to get in for free. And we got up here and there's no biscuits at the end, so we're not gonna risk it because I don't think we're tall enough to get up there. I think you probably should spend the $15 and just go up the stairs. But here's some epic drone footage of the fortress so you can make the decision for yourself if you want to save $15 and go this way, or go up the stairs, or not do it at all. We got the best seat in the house.
Dinner with a view? Check.
To start, we got the super traditional fish soup. It's tomato based. Obviously, it's red, Captain Obvious, and has a big, look at those chunks. Look at those chunks of fish. I honestly don't know what kind of fish it is. Some kind of white fish. I see some onions, some celery. Super simple. Hot, ow. But really good. Like just really lightly tomatoey, little garlic, little parsley, and that fish is not very fishy, just a really like light, mild white fish. Perfect when you're sitting on a cold evening and you want something a little traditional. All right, for our main course, we got a stuffed squid. Honestly, I don't know what it's stuffed with. It just said in a Mediterranean way or something like that. It looks delicious. It smells amazing. Big old polenta cake. And then for our fish course, I mean, I guess squid is fish, but fish is sea bass with a little bit of lemon butter sauce. I think it's an avocado mousse and veggies. We figured we're on the water, so we should probably eat some seafood. Oh my gosh. It's almost like bolognese, but in a squid. It's really hearty, but light at the same time.
It has this like ragu with it, which kind of brings a heartiness, but then also has like this lemon sauce which brightens it up, and the fish is just cooked to perfection.
Canoba Banaka was 10 out of 10 amazing. The food is incredible, reasonably priced, and you can't beat the view. But we did go to Kotor Fortress, which is next door, its neighbor, yesterday. We didn't film it, but if you need a backup restaurant for your 24 hours in Kotor, that should be the place you go. If you decide you maybe don't want to brave the fortress and don't want to do the cheese shop with a man that doesn't speak English, go there. Price is the same, food was also amazing, but we just like the vibe. A little more chill, a little more laid back, get a bottle of wine, just watch the sunset or sunrise, depending when you go. But we can't end 24 hours in Kotor without some Montenegrin wine. Let's go.
We found that the old town gets so much nicer after dinner time when the sun sets and the busy cruise ships leave. So this is the time to stroll around the cute streets, see them, have a little romantic moment, and really experience the magic of Old Town Kotor.
The
Old Winery Wine Bar is the perfect place for a nightcap. They have lots of local wines by the glass and by the bottle if you're feeling a little more adventurous. Ready to keep planning your trip? Check out our next video.